Greetings, good people, and a very warm welcome to you all. Now, due to the really warm reception you all gave to Halcyon and their true porcelain dial watches on my last review, they have been reading through our conversations in the comment section, and I'm pretty sure the comment section of all the other great YouTube channels that reviewed their watch, and they have now come up with a new iteration of the previous Journey range with this, the new Journey calendar. And I was delighted when they sent me the new design to show off to you all, especially when Martin, the founder of the company, told me that the new design was influenced by us, the punters. And that's kind of poetic, seeing as the name of this range is called the Journey. I assume the original reason for that name was due to the romantic notion that a wristwatch becomes a companion for most of us, which accompanies us through our journey of life and its trials and tribulations. Your watch is the intimate companion that you remember turning to as you waited nervously at the altar for your love to arrive. What if she doesn't turn up? Oh no, there she is. You will remember staring at your watch frantically while pacing up and down as you wait to welcome your newborn baby to the world. But now that model name has taken on a new meaning as Halcyon continues its journey, with us now walking alongside with it as part of that journey, helping to steer its course. Call me a hopeless romantic, but I love things like that. The new Journey now has a calendar beautifully placed in my favorite calendar position at 6, which we'll talk about more later. There are 3 dial versions of the Journey calendar with 2 movement choices starting from only £489 or $629 for Black Friday, and on top of that they are offering us a further $70 off, and they will also extend the warranty from 2 years to 3 years for the Naked Watchmaker gang. Use the code NAKED70. That's kind of sweet for a real porcelain dial watch. So, a quick recap for those of you who haven't seen the previous video, and let me start by telling you that porcelain in horology is one of the rarest materials used for making dials, and not to be confused with enamel dials. Porcelain was invented in China over 2,000 years ago, hence why we still refer to our expensive cups and plates as fine china. When Europeans first laid their eyes on porcelain from the Far East, they became obsessed with its beauty. The King of Poland, who was also the Grand Duke of Lithuania and the Elector of Saxony, a man named Augustus the Strong, was so obsessed with porcelain from the Orient and was spending so much money on porcelain that he was even trading soldiers for it. This led to him eventually signing a decree in 1710 to find the secrets of making porcelain, which was known then as white gold. This led to the creation of the first ever factory in the whole of Europe to make porcelain, and to this day that factory in Meissen, Germany still makes porcelain, and also is the only known producer in Europe who makes watch dials for watch brands that want to create a watch with a porcelain dial. Rolex did a Daytona with a porcelain dial, which costs around £120,000 now, and that dial was probably made in the Meissen factory. We also spoke about the difficulty of making dials from porcelain and the success rate being only around 1%. So imagine the rejection rate now, having to drill a hole for a calendar. So after all that hard work and effort of meticulously making, firing and glazing the dials, only 1% will pass the quality control to actually make it as a watch dial. Someone commented on the last video, "Well Joe, if they're getting a 99% rejection rate, then they can't be that good at making porcelain dials then." Sounds like a reasonable point, but there are about 3 factories in the whole world who make porcelain dials, and I'm pretty sure it's the same story with all of them in terms of success rate. And that is one of the main reasons why there aren't that many people even trying to make porcelain dials. It would be a loss-making venture for most, especially if you're trying to sell at a £500 price point and not £120,000. But Martin, the founder of the company, was born into a family of porcelain artisans, and his childhood and upbringing have always revolved around porcelain. So it's probably the reason why he was brave enough to enter the saturated horology business due to his lifelong knowledge of porcelain. So let's talk about the new Journey calendar range. On the previous non-date version, we had 2 dial options, one with Roman numerals and one with Suzhou hour markers. And on this new journey calendar version, we have 3 dial choices. We now have Arabic numerals known as the rhythmic, and 2 Suzhou versions known as grace and order. The grace is inspired by an ancient font style used in official documents of the Ming and Qing dynasties, while the order is a font style used in ancient woodblock printing. And as you will have noticed on the grace, they've added a bit of red at 11 and 12, similar to that of an emperor's seal, which he would stamp on official documents. I've been told that the dials on these calendar models is a slightly sweeter white, meant to evoke the snow and frost under soft moonlight. This new design focuses on light and how it plays with the dial and its furniture. The play of light over the painted calligraphy makes it appear as if the indices are floating. Now, although China has adopted the Arabic numeric system, just as Europeans ditched the Roman numerals, it's nice to see alternative numeric systems on watch dials. Initially, I was a bit confused as to why they ditched the Roman numerals, instead offering 2 Suzhou dial versions, and I was a bit concerned that a lot of us Westerners wouldn't like that, but I thought maybe the offering of 2 Suzhou dials is specifically for a local audience. But after speaking with Martin and his team, I gathered they are just proud of their own culture and heritage and want others to understand it and enjoy it too. Take me for example. When I saw the 2 dials with Suzhou numerals, I was like, huh? What's that all about? Why offer 2 Suzhou dials? And that was down to my ignorance, thinking they were the same. But I wanted to know more, so I started reading up on it. And now these numbers don't seem strange to me anymore and actually look kind of beautiful. We usually fear or dislike what we don't know, so getting to know someone or something which you previously thought alien or strange can change your mind and feelings towards that thing. So I'm glad they haven't shied away from their own heritage to try and pander to a Black Friday audience, and that's my own opinion. I mean, we have dials with just dots or baguette markers, so they don't necessarily have to be of numbers that we understand. Heck, you can put my face on each marker or cheeseburgers and would still know what each position meant. Now, this is Halcyon's first offering with a calendar because I think it was difficult enough drilling a hole in the center for the hands, which caused a lot of fail rates due to chipping. But when you have an engaging audience who enjoyed your previous offerings and who are now suggesting a calendar option, it seemed like a natural progression to brave it and challenge yourself. It's pretty neat how that calendar window has its own little glass with that metallic frame, and putting the calendar window in between the 6 and the model name is great design. There's nothing wrong with having a calendar at 3, but at 6 it provides more symmetry and harmony, especially on the calm, warm glow of porcelain. Now, I made a big deal about distractions on the last episode, which I kind of regret a little bit because in the previous journey models, Halcyon used blue hands, which I absolutely love, but suggested that even that could be further simplified with just black hands to give the dial 100% attention, and that's what they've done here. And I regret it because I realized white porcelain and blue ink are inseparable, like peanut butter and jelly, or bangers and mash. I also remember my dear mum and all the other mums in the community back in the 80s and 90s all had the same fake replica porcelain plates and dinner sets with that Ming Dynasty vibe, and that's probably what Halcyon were trying to do. And although I love this new look, I want to make amends by suggesting to the Halcyon team that if you want to go for that Ming Dynasty white and blue look, then the blue hands would look bloody awesome if they were accompanied with blue numerals and text. But what do I know, eh? These new hands aren't actually black, but a shiny gunmetal grey almost. But look what they've done to the seconds hand. The seconds hand is a polished silver colour and wavy, and my previous E.T. flying across the moon on his bike analogy should come back to bite me. But there wasn't a single moment where I thought, these don't look right. It goes against everything I said about distraction, but for some reason, it just looks good, like looking at a beautiful pale face, but she has curly frizzy hair.
Are you talking about ginger people again?
No, as the wavy hand journeys around the calm dial, it's like watching gentle ripples cascading across a calm lake in the moonlight. The second's hand doesn't have a tail, and the crescent shape on the tip is reminiscent of the crescent shape you see on vintage pointed dates, where the crescent on the hand underlines the date on the outer perimeter of the dial, like the Doxa restoration I did or the old Oris pointers. I don't know if that was an intentional nod to the pointer dates, seeing as this is a calendar watch. The seconds hand is silver but still follows that monochromatic look. The Journey calendar has two engine options. You can opt for a 24 joule Japanese movement with a 42-hour power reserve, or a 26 joule Swiss movement with a 38-hour power reserve. Both of these modern movements have been tried and tested by many other brands, so are reliable and robust and pretty straightforward for any competent independent watchmaker to service and maintain it throughout its life. The case design and dimensions don't seem to have changed from before. It is 40mm across and a thickness of around 12mm, with a mirrored finish giving that gleamy, oily look throughout, and feels lovely just to glide your fingers over, especially with that beautiful curved piece of sapphire glass on top. The crown is slightly bigger than before, and I think that was also based on feedback from another channel. The watch isn't occupied with a wide bezel, which helps keep the focus on that gorgeous milky white dial. Now all three samples they sent me came with this simple calf leather strap, but I have seen some options on the website which has some alligator, and I think I even saw a Milanese one. It's almost half the price of the watch itself, and although I said previously that I prefer a plain strap to minimize distraction, I know there is a countless variety of tongues and tastes amongst us, so let me mock up some variations so you can get a picture of what they look like and help you decide whether you want the plain strap or an alternative. The alternative straps Halcyon have are genuine alligator, and alligator is always expensive no matter where you buy it from. But you can buy alligator embossed calf leather for a few quid, and the straight 20mm lugs on these watches means there are countless aftermarket choices available out there. So you saw what it looks like with some shiny croc and some satin lizard. Now let's try some pastel colours while I sign off. So if the movement of a watch is its heartbeat, then the dial has to be the soul, the thing that we stare at and fall in love with. And these dials definitely seem to have a soul of their own, each one handmade with its own perfect imperfections, telling a story of its journey from the fire to your wrist. So thank you all for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll leave all the discount codes and links in the descriptions. Don't forget to do all that healthy, happy stuff like subscribing to the channel, and check out my new merch store for some Black Friday deals. All links in the descriptions. Take care friends. Peace and love. Ta-ra a bit.